achieve success. You have access to online printed and support materials, and you're part of the Forever family. Yes, I know it sounds a cliche, but it's such a supportive community. We're all in this together. It's teamwork. Together, everyone achieves more. So what products are in the box? Well, the top 19 products that in the UK you can see there: shampoos, conditioners, our flagship drinks, our topical products, our nutritional shake that provides, just one shake provides all your recommended daily nutrients. We have supplements, tooth gels, deodorants. So you can rub these products on, glug them back, and you can evaluate whether this business really is for you. It's heavily subsidised. You get 35% off. It's £199.75. And right from day one, you can start recommending the products and sharing the business opportunity with people. Certainly, I always like to make sure that whoever I'm working with is making that £200 back in their first 4 to 6 weeks. We have the business blueprint to follow, so as long as you're prepared to put the work in, then success is guaranteed. So we have 3 areas of opportunity. The first one is what we call a product promoter. This is where we would educate you on the products, and then we'd help you to develop a small regular customer base. 20 to 30 regular customers who come back month in, month out because they can't buy products as good as these in the stores. This will pay on a very part-time basis, maybe 2 hours a week, 4 hours a week. Turn off the telly, as Andy said. It'll pay you between £200 to £400 a month. So it's a small extra income, but we never underestimate the power an extra £400 can make to any household. Where do we find these regular customers? Well, they're everyone we care about. We're people we're surrounded by. So our family, our friends, people we bump into on the school run, talk to in the playground, people at the gym, or people we work with. Yes, I know for many of us, we've not been doing any of those things for some time, although things are opening up now depending on where you live. But even when we're in lockdown, we're still connected to these people. We're just connected to them virtually. And so we're still able to recommend product and share the opportunity. If you're looking for more than £400 a month, then maybe our business leader role would be a better fit for you. This is where you would use the product yourself and build that small customer base, but you would also start to develop a team, share the opportunity with people, get their questions answered, and start to help them develop their own small customer base, regular customer base of 20 to 30 customers. 10% of your time you would be looking after that small customer base of your own, but 90% of your time you would be training, developing and mentoring your team in our proven business building system. You may be doing a few more hours at this level, maybe 10 hours a week, 15 hours a week, but your income will be anything from £600 to £2,000 a month. That's right, even on just those part-time hours, we're starting to look at the equivalent of a full-time job in the UK. So how does it actually work? Well, let me ask you a question. Could you think of 2 people right now, just 2 people who maybe are worried about their job, worried about security, worried about income, worried about how they're going to pay for Christmas, worried about security, the safety at work, would prefer to work from home, people who maybe want to move house, save for a holiday that they've missed this year, want to make next year a bit special. You know, most of us can think of a couple of people. Well, all we do is share the opportunity with them. They get happily involved with Forever, and then we help them to develop, let's say, just 20 customers each. So there's you with your 20 customers. You've now got 2 team members. They've got 40 customers between us. That's 60 customers in your team. And the company will pay you on the volume of product going through all those customers. And then we say to those 2 new team members of yours, can you think of a couple of people? And we help them find 2 people, help them get 20 customers. And then we help the 4 find 2. That's another 8 team members. The 8 find 2. That's another 16 team members, all with 20 customers. You know, if you add up your team members now, you're looking at 30 team members. I know, how did that happen? It's the power of numbers. How many did you find? Just 2. But you helped other people do the same. So you've now got a team of 30, and even if they've only got 20 customers each, that's 600 customers. So you're able to leverage your time. You're only looking after 20, and your team members are looking after their 20. And you're earning £600 to £2,000 a month. Now, if that's not enough for you, for me, I wanted to give up my full-time income, so I needed a bit more than that. Then maybe our business developer role is the one that's right for you. So a business developer is someone who has a small customer base. It's someone who's developed a team of people and started to coach that team to achieve success in their own right. When you build a team of people, it'll be filled with lots of different sorts of people. So maybe young mums who just want a small £300 to £400 income around the children. It may be filled with a young entrepreneur who wants £1,000 plus a month around their other job. But as you build a team, somebody's going to say to you, hang on, I want to be an independent forever business owner. And so we coach the leaders within your team to be just that, to become independent business owners in this country or around the globe. The income's at this level an astonishing £2,000 to £20,000 a month. I know, sounds way too good to be true. Well, let me explain how it works. It's just the same as when we found 2 people. To be fair, we found 2. Do you feel over time that maybe you could find 5? Of course we can. And so we go out with the intention of finding 5 key people, helping them to develop a small customer base, helping them to develop teams of their own. We help the 5 find 5, that's 25, that's a team of 30. We help the 25 find 5, 125. The 125 find 5, that's 625. You add up all those team members now, it's a whopping 780 forever business owners, even if they've only got 20 customers each. That's 15,600 customers. Again, how many team members did you find? Just 5. How many customers are you looking after? Just 20. And so you're leveraging your time. Your income, anything from £2,000 to £20,000 a month. Now, I don't know about you, but I just thought, no way, monopoly money. I just couldn't see myself ever earning £20,000 a month. But I suppose I thought, you know what? What if I'm half as good as some of these people? £10,000 a month, part-time? No, I couldn't see that either. £5,000 a month? Maybe I'm a quarter as good as these people? And that was really the catalyst for me to think that if I could earn £5,000 a month on 10 to 15 to 20 hours a week, when my background I was doing 70 hours a week, and I got somebody holding my hand with a proven system, that's what gave me that leap, that courage, if you like, to make that leap of faith. So where do we find these people that are going to join our business? Well, I can promise you, you've probably got no idea who they are. The people that I thought would be really excited about this opportunity didn't join my team. The people that I thought just wouldn't be interested flocked to my team. So we just never know. We simply have to ask the question. It's people we're connected with now on social media. I started my business 22 years ago. There wasn't even the internet. And yet within 6 months, I'd given up my day job. Just imagine now how quickly you can grow your business if you're prepared to put the work in, of course, because we're all interconnected across the globe. It's people we meet in our social environments, be that live social environments or at the Zoom quiz or in the WhatsApp group. And it's young entrepreneurs, people coming out of school and looking for a different opportunity than university. People coming out of university and the jobs they thought not being there. Young entrepreneurs who want to take control of their lives, and know that more than one income stream is an absolute must for a quality lifestyle. It's everybody we know. We simply share the opportunity and the benefits it can bring. Now, on top of that great income, we also have an incentive package to rival any multinational. Our chairman's end-of-year bonus is an incredible incentive. The company, every year, although privately owned, gives 3% of its turnover back to qualifying business owners. This year, we should have been in Sydney in May, collecting our chairman's bonus cheque. Sadly, it was not to be. But in April, we jumped online and the company gave away $17 million to qualifying business owners. The smallest cheque, about $3,000. The top cheque, a whopping $1.5 million, went to a young man in Germany called Rolf. On the screen here, you can see Philo. Philo, a cheque of over, nearly $11,000. Philo joined the business. She trained to be a lawyer, had built up some student debt during that time, joined Forever simply to clear her debt. But within 18 months, 2 years, was earning more with Forever than she was in her career as a lawyer. Gemma down there, bottom left, Gemma and Gary. Gary was an entrepreneur, lost his business in the last recession. Gemma, a John Lewis store manager who was looking again for a better quality of life and more security, because as she looked ahead, she was very concerned about the retail trade. Jane Leach, top right, Jane and John. Jane, a farmer by background, John, a surveyor. And Adam, bottom right there, a futures and options broker, made redundant from the city, set up his own business, went bankrupt, lost the lot, and has now built a phenomenal business around the world. There are some very large cheques on screen here. So let me be clear in saying, the larger incomes are only earned as a function of having helped hundreds and thousands of people to be successful. But every single one of these businesses started with just one person who went out to share the products and share the opportunity. We're really proud to say that in the time we built our Forever business, our own team have collected over $1.5 million just in chairman's bonus. And that is so exciting. I can't even begin to tell you. It's amazing when you get a cheque of your own, but someone in the team gets one, and it's a whole different level. On top of that, we have our global travel incentive. Sadly, not happening right now, but we have 2 trips a year, usually. And so if you like travel, and I have worked out the only way to travel is free. All expenses paid with spending money, because that is what Forever offers. We have travelled the world with Forever. I've got sticky slides tonight, but we've travelled the world with Forever. We've been to places that weren't even on our bucket list. And, amazingly, and I think it's testament to the family business that Forever is, that when we couldn't go to Sydney, the company were as upset as we were that they had to cancel it, and yet they sent us the money instead. They put the money into our bank account, including spending money, and they didn't need to do that, but they did because they value us and recognise us, and that's why you always feel valued as a Forever business owner. On top of that, we have our Forever to Drive. We nickname it the car plan. Now you can see Andy there with Angela. I think they had an Audi on the drive there, but that's the 3rd or 4th car they've had. I can't remember them all. I know Angela had a fantastic orange Range Rover at one point. But people spend it on a car, but it's just extra cash. Andy bought, not this Andy, another Andy, bought a boat, Bill tractor, Julie built a conservatory, up to £6,300 a year, spend it on whatever you want. So we've shown you a phenomenal business, a business that is strong and secure, underpinned by an extraordinary range of products that simply help people have a better quality of life. We've shown you a business model. The only catch you've got to put the work in. And to put the work in, to carve out the time, to turn off the telly, then you need to have a reason to build a forever business. When I looked at this business 22 years ago, I was one of the lucky ones. My background is in corporate life. I was a director of a global sportswear brand looking after Europe. So, good job, good money, no life. I was traveling more and more, away from home more and more, and I became increasingly disillusioned. Disillusioned in the long-term security of the industry. As I looked ahead, I couldn't see manufacturing being sustainable for the next 20 years. And 20 years on, as I sit here, I was right to be worried. Both my husband and I, our careers had been built in that sector. And so I was really concerned about where to go next. I was concerned about the lack of work-life balance with 2 teenagers at home, and then suddenly my mum, her health started to fail, and Alan's parents, their health started to go downhill. Alan was also travelling. I just thought something had to give, but what? You know, it's easy to want to make a change, and I needed a good income because you get used to what you earn. And so, even though I looked around for something that was flexible, part-time, preferably from home, although that was a big ask when there was no internet back then, I just couldn't find anything. Anything that said flexible or part-time was like you'd had your brain removed, minimum wage, and I couldn't survive on that. So I kept on doing what I was doing until quite by chance, through a client of mine, I was introduced to Forever. I went along, I was open-minded, went along, checked it out, and I really liked what I saw because for the very first time in my life, I saw time and money. In my experience, you've either got lots of time and no money, or lots of money and no time. And I thought, if what they're showing me is true, this would be amazing. So we checked it out, and I suppose I realised that I'd got absolutely nothing to lose. And so I got started very part-time, in pockets of time, around that 70-hour-a-week day job, the kids, the parents. And within 6 months was able to walk away from my full-time job. 18 months later, much to my husband Alan's surprise, he gave up his job to join me. And this is all we've done ever since. The business has delivered, well, financially, I'm very grateful to say, more than we ever could have asked. But the best bit has been the freedom. The freedom to choose how we live each day, to choose where we work, when we work, to get up each day and decide how we're going to live it, to be there for the girls who have flown the nest now with families of their own, to have been there for our parents in, sadly, what were their last years, and now, when we're not in lockdown, to have the most amazing adventures with our gorgeous grandchildren. That's what made that one decision the very best decision that I've ever made. But people join us for lots of different reasons. It can be for less stress. It can be for that pension opportunity, for a legacy-style royalty income that Forever offers, to pay school fees, to buy a new house, to clear some of those debts, to work safely from home, particularly in these troubled times, to learn something new, to become the best you that you can be. Maybe that's one of your goals. Whatever your reason, it could be on the screen right now, could be something completely different. It really doesn't matter. You just have to know why. We know how, and the two together will deliver results. So I want to thank you this evening for sharing the last hour with us. I hope I've given you, well, myself and my colleagues have given you lots of food for thought, that you're mulling over the possibilities, the endless possibilities that Forever can make to you. Yes, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. But if you keep doing what you're doing, you're not ever going to get anything different, and there will be someone to hold your hand every step of the way. Yes, you're going to have to work hard, and you're going to have to carve some time out of what is no doubt a very, very busy life. But if you're ready to do that, if you're ready to step up and say, I'll push myself out of my comfort zone, I'm ready to do something different, I'm willing to work hard, I want to make some changes, Then go back to the person that invited you onto the webinar this evening. Get your questions answered. They'll be more than happy to go through any detail with you. And then come join us. Come join us, and together let's build a happier, safer, stronger future, touching your life, the lives of your family, and the lives of countless numbers you've probably never even met as yet. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.